Yo, man, feels good to be back on a microphone. What's up, Lou?
I'm excited, man. You're back. Got a lot of stuff going on in boxing.
Are you truly excited that he's back?
Truly or White Claw?
I'm truly, and he got me a present. He came with bearing gifts.
I got you a big kiss.
I got a keto kiss. Well, it's not really keto, but it's a Hershey kiss.
Are Hershey kisses keto?
Not even close.
No?
No.
Okay.
Well, so speaking of keto, I've been doing that because I was sick. I've just been crashing this diet, not eating really meat. I just lost my microphone. There we go. So
you're vegan?
Well, not vegan, but that stuff like Impossible Meat, whatever.
Yes.
That stuff is delicious. It's so good. It's plant-based and it's like a hamburger, but man, it is good.
It's made mostly of soy.
Yeah, I mean, so is it made mostly of soy?
Yeah. Soy protein.
That ain't good.
Why?
That's just too much protein. Not supposed to have too much soy. But anyways, welcome y'all to the Lights Out with Lou Savarese. I'm Jeff Michael, Grant Miles, and of course, Lou Savarese over there. Yeah, there is a ton going on in boxing, especially because it's coming up weekend. I'm stoked for it. Excited. Grant, are you still trying to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Dealing with Lou's phone sometimes is not easy. So
it's high tech.
I'm trying to. He is now.
You can't just.
He's now posted and shared, and we're ready. So I'm not distracted.
Bam!
Boom! There you go.
Bada bing.
Here I am.
Yeah. So yeah, been sick, but back on it. Feel a little bit better. Good enough to come to the show at least.
Nice.
Good enough to buy you a Hershey Kiss at CVS.
We're gladish to have you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Y'all did good last week, man. It was a very entertaining show, and
yeah, DeMarcus.
I think it was our best one yet.
DeMarcus is the vet of boxing knowledge.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
dude, he is, man. I was listening, obviously, from home. And I have been in gym shorts and t-shirt for 2 weeks straight.
It's nice.
That sounds cool, man.
Good to be the king.
No, it was
Good to be the king.
Yeah.
No, it was miserable.
And the problem is,
I was not happy.
Speaking of being at home, so you haven't regaled us of all your stuff you've had going on with your home construction. Is it finally done?
Do you know that it's not even close?
So there's literally people still at your place?
Dude, okay, so we
but you're in the business. I mean,
because waiting on insurance money and paychecks and stuff is a pain in the ass, man.
Okay.
It's been. My bathroom is still not completed. I still have my floors need to be done. Like the house got painted, but they've got to come back. It's not near done. No, like don't ask Ashley.
Talk boxing.
Have you been having to live on the second floor?
Yeah.
2 hours.
That's too bad.
There's tons of boxing.
He had to stay on the second floor on the home that he has on the golf course.
That's so sad.
It's kind of like these people out here in Bel Air.
Yeah.
Oof.
Welcome in. Speaking of Bel Air, welcome into Savarese Fight Fit, where we shoot this show. Man,
4215 Bel Air. Come on down and get a good workout.
Saw some people come in here a minute ago and get a tour.
Yeah, getting ripped while learn how to defend yourself and learn how to box, and also getting a great physique.
Man, speaking of physique, we were just watching one of your fights.
Oh.
Yeah, you were looking good in that fight, man.
Buster
against Buster Douglas.
Yeah, that was good. I was in real good shape for that fight.
Woo, man! If y'all don't know, go Google or YouTube Lou Savarese versus Buster Douglas. It's a first round knockout, so the first 3 minutes of the fight are amazing.
It was a good fight.
The introductions took longer than the fight.
Nah, that happens a lot, unfortunately. I've been on both sides of that one.
Well, so if we want, we can talk about it.
Yeah,
I'd be interested in talking about that fight. So, talk about that fight coming in, your Buster Douglas fight, because just so people are watching and don't know, that Buster Douglas fight was you had fought Foreman and lost, you had fought Izan and lost, and then you did Jeff Lally, I guess is how you say that. Actually, here in Houston, Sheraton Hotel.
Yeah, I fought Lally.
And then Buster Douglas.
Yeah, so Lally was what we call a tune-up fight, and I fought Lally. It was interesting. I beat Lally. Nice guy, really nice guy. I saw him probably 3 months after our fight in Miami. Had some fights. He said, "Hey man, look what I did with the money." And he brought his girlfriend over, and she had a boob job. And he showed me it was a good investment. So you got paid 10 grand.
They look good.
$5,000 a boob. Yeah, they look good from the outside. They look good.
Was it just
$5,000?
Yeah.
$5,000 each one?
Well, he made 10 grand for the fight, so I'm just thinking, pro rata 5,000 a boob.
He made 10 grand for that fight?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
and that's what he took the money and he got.
Yes.
Is that?
It's good investment.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The gift that keeps giving.
That's what makes America great, man. That right there.
Boob job.
You get 10 grand in a fight and you go buy your girl boob job.
Hey, you gotta have your priorities.
How long do you think those two were together after that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
See, that's the thing. You got to
Wow.
you got to invest in something that you're going to actually see some good return on that. Basically, think about this. He bought those for somebody else eventually.
You're very cynical.
I'm just being a realist. That's just being real.
That's being negative.
Do you think that's being negative?
Went down the road with her in the boobs.
That's being real. Like they say, keep it real. I kept it real.
Well,
So anyway, okay, go. We're gonna move on from fake boobs and go back to
we were
Douglas.
we were
Sorry.
talking about Lou punching somebody.
See, there you go. You doing it now.
Anyway,
You did
so
it.
we're talking about the Douglas fight. So I fought Lally. It was a tune-up fight. You put yourself in position because you can't really get a big fight coming off a loss. So we call it getting a win. I got the win, and so we came back and we were negotiating that fight with Douglas, with Bob Arum, and it was really interesting because Arum knew I was going to lose and even asked for an option, which is very, very unheard of. They, if there's any chance you guys are going to lose, you get an option. So Arum would have promoted my next couple of fights. He would have been co-promoting my fights, but didn't do it because he knew I was going to lose, but he made a mistake on that one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So is that why you were you come into the fight? I think I was seeing like Buster. So that was kind of like his. What fight was that for him? As far as
He was, I saw he was 8-0 coming off of it. This is a comeback fight for him, and he was 8-0 coming off a fight. He was 245. You were 132, something like that.
That was 132 in third grade, dude.
I mean 232. Sorry.
Yeah, 232. But
he was 256. You were 241.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
It was a good shape.
yeah.
But he
I was
in
actually
shape,
paying
too.
attention.
For him, he came down and he was coming on to get 8 wins in a row. He had lost a fight, but it was he got hit after the bell and they disqualified the guy and gave him the win.
They talked about that.
Yeah, Louis Monaco. I remember that.
So he had lost to Evander Holyfield, and then he went. Let's see, like you said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row before he got to you.
And when he fought, and I was just supposed to be a win for him. I wasn't supposed to win. But when he fought Holyfield, Holyfield hit him with a wicked punch, really good punch.
And that was after Tyson.
Yeah, that was after Tyson.
That was after Tyson.
Yeah, so that's how Holyfield got the belt when he beat, and there was big money for both of them on that fight.
So you're going into this fight. So I would probably say, I'm not going to speak for you. Obviously, you'll speak for yourself because you're sitting right there. But Buster Douglas, and then after that was Lance Whitaker. Probably two fights that you're pretty, as far as consecutive fights in your career, I would guess that you're pretty proud of.
Yeah, but Whitaker too. Whitaker was just a freak of nature. He was like 6'10", jacked, really, really tough guy. Legally changed his name to Mount Whitaker. No, he legally checked out. I think he legally changed his name to Goofy.
To Goofy.
Well, no kidding aside, I'm not making this up.
Okay.
What?
Hold on. He's correct. Nickname
Yes.
nickname Mount, or more recently Goofy with an I.
Yeah, but he legally changed his name to Goofy. That's cool.
Wow.
Whitaker was known for his size, 6 feet,
Dude,
8 inches.
Huge. He was one of the biggest men I've ever seen. He was just put together. When we went to the, at the press conference, he was sitting down, I was sitting down, and everything. We shook hands. I knew he was big. But when we got ready for the fight, he walked over the ropes. I was like, oh, shit.
He walked over?
Yeah, he came over the
Jeez.
ropes instead of going through the ropes. He was a big dude.
So Buster Douglas, so that fight.
Excuse me. He was undefeated. I was the first one to beat him. So
That's right, yeah.
It was probably a pick'em fight. I don't know who was favored in it.
So Buster Douglas, you go into that fight, you feeling pretty confident going into that fight?
Yeah, I got in really good shape. I had a great strength coach, a guy named Tim Hallmark, who was most known for.
They're showing the fight, the video clip of it on the bottom right now. While you're
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I went into that fight. I had a great training and Guy Hallmark, strength and conditioning coach, that was most noted for putting the weight on Holyfield. He had a gym here, workout, etc. But we worked together. And we put a lot of our eggs in one basket. We just knew we couldn't figure out why guys didn't take advantage of it. Every time he would jab, he would bring his jab back real low. And I don't know if it was he slowed down just a little bit, but I wound up catching him with the punch. We did everything, trained. We did some crazy stuff. I had the guy shooting baseballs at me, and I would duck the baseball and come back. Yeah, we did all kinds of really...
Like for real, legit baseballs?
Legit baseballs.
That's
wow.
dope.
And we do plyometrics. We do all kinds of stuff that would lead us to just one punch, the right hand over the jab, and it worked out.
Wow.
So that's rare that happens. But
So you were training specifically
yeah,
for that?
for that punch. It was crazy. I mean,
And then that's the one you connected on?
yeah.
Right to the temple. He went down.
He got back up. Yeah, he got back
Yeah, he got back up. When he got back up, looked like he was...
His legs were a little bit wobbly, but he did the same thing when I say got back up. When everybody says the fight with him and Tyson was a fluke, but it really wasn't, because he went down and got back up. You know, there was no quitting him. Tyson hurt him. He got back up, and that was just one of those fights that was. Everybody's been calling me up because they've had the Tyson story on one of the shows.
Yeah, I watched both.
Yeah, you saw that Douglas's mom had died very close to the fight, and Douglas just fought what I would say was the perfect fight against Tyson, and wound up winning. I think it was over 40 to 1.
Yeah, there's a misconception there with Tyson when it comes to the downfall of Tyson. They closely attribute it to the death of Customato.
Yes.
Customato died way before that.
Yeah,
before, and people think that Customato died right before that fight, and that's
no, he didn't. But the thing is, with Customato, he was one of the guys that could control Tyson somewhat. They had Rooney. So they they took him from a foster, well, not a foster home, but he was
almost homeless.
Yeah, well, he was with this in this Fort Tyrone Park, they call it, but he wound up being in a like a foster kid up there, and they wound up taking him in, Customato and Kevin Rooney, and they wound up training him, and Teddy Atlas was up there too.
Yeah.
And
the story that Teddy Atlas tells about putting a gun to Mike Tyson's face,
story,
like that is insane.
Yeah, because he had done something to Teddy's daughter.
Yeah. Teddy's daughter was like 12 years old, and I think she walked by and he slapped her on the ass or something, and then Teddy looked at him like, and I think Tyson said it was one of the worst mistakes he's ever done in his life. Like
Teddy was a street guy.
Yeah, it was like unintentional, like whether it was intentional, unintentional, whatever. And then Teddy went and grabbed a gun and put it to his face and pulled a trigger, and shot it off after Tyson had ducked. Like,
gee.
Holy crap! But then again, you touch my 12-year-old daughter, and it's Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, no. As a father of a daughter, of two of them, and we all have daughters here, so I mean, it would be, But yeah, no, the Buster Douglas, and look, I don't care how you do it, and I'll do it. I just bring it up because of the NBA playoffs right now. A lot of people say about the Toronto Raptors, well, they beat the Golden State Warriors because all those guys didn't play. I don't care what the conditions are. If you beat the champ, you get. That's good. You get credit for that. I don't care how it happened.
Yeah, the thing with beating Douglas was also that it was crazy from a business standpoint. Is that probably Aram, who's if not the smartest promoter ever, one of the top 2 or 3, Harvard law guy, but he didn't ask for a option on me because he knew I was going to lose. He just thought it was a waste of time.
Was that your perfect fight?
Yeah, everything clicked perfectly.
Like you talked about Buster Douglas having his perfect fight against Tyson. Was that your perfect fight against Buster Douglas?
Yeah, everything worked that we planned on. It was to a T. I was more surprised than him when he went down, and then we caught him again with the same punch, and it just worked out great. The overhand right, he circled right into it. So that's a really good feeling when you work on something.
Yeah, they're showing it. They're showing it while we're talking about it. It's pretty interesting. And me and Grant were sitting here prior to the show, and we're watching this fight, and we're sitting here talking to you, and it's just surreal that we're watching you.
I know.
You're knocking out
It's
Buster
crazy.
Douglas, the guy that knocked Mike Tyson out, and we're just going over the fight with you.
And you're talking about it,
It's
and it's really interesting because that's the kind of stuff I love about sports is when you can sit down here and you can have a conversation with someone like yourself who's been there and go over the things that you're thinking of the
your
time.
Mindset, right, that's cool. Your mindset in there. And I remember, time stands still when I was in the ring. I can remember my thoughts when coming into the fight and thinking about stuff after the fight, thinking about my dad and wishing he was there. It was really cool. My mom came in the ring afterwards. We got some incredible pictures. I think we have one over here.
Yeah, they're showing the video.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it's crazy that you mentioned that because
my buddy Johnny the Jew, he was in there too, right up there. Came up.
Oh, the guy that is on the podcast
yeah,
sometimes?
Johnny the Jew,
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Obviously you knelt down. You were close to your father, and you were hoping he was there, and going to what Grant was saying, it's wild. You're right here, and I tell everybody this that I run across. I can't believe the wealth of knowledge that you still have from even your childhood. Yeah. After going through all these battles and all this stuff, and you remember everything, which is you can go almost blow by blow.
Keys, phone, and wallet. That's the problem. I tell people
and Facebook
and how to get into Facebook. Yeah,
I'm too busy solving the world's problems. I can't be bothered with this trivial stuff.
We've gone over how to get into Facebook. What show are we on? 14 or 15?
Yeah, we're on Lights Out number 18.
Yeah, and eventually at a certain point, I think you just gave it to me and here, you do it.
I know my limitations.
But no, you
give it to millennials.
Here's we're not millennials. I don't know how many times we have to have this conversation.
Ashley's a millennial.
Relatively speaking,
is she? Okay.
Yeah, she's 33. That's a millennial, right?
I don't know what the millennial age is. I'm gonna look that up. Somebody look that up.
What you need to look up is what Lou is.
Oh yeah, what is Lou?
Like what generation is? Oh, here we go. Siri, yes. Hold on, do it up to the microphone, please.
Siri, how old are millennials? Okay, how old are millennials?
She doesn't know what you're talking
Oh, I
about.
want her to talk back. It's
22 and 38.
22.
Between the ages of 22 and 38.
Thank you, baby.
Austin says because Lou came to see us over at our Sports with Balls 100th episode, which thank you so much for showing up for that, man. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Austin said I helped Lou out. He had his data turned off. He's sitting at the table.
Dude, you should turn your data off once in a while. God, jeez.
Oh,
Who
man.
keeps the data on?
I love this show.
It's fantastic.
Man.
I
I'm
think
so
it's
glad.
great. I think it's great. No, that would be a fun thing to do sometime is like pick something for Lou to do on his phone and time
yeah.
it and see how long
Oh,
it takes.
Yeah,
to
how long
do
it
it.
takes. Yeah.
That'll
Dead silence for a while.
riveting. Wow.
Riveting.
That'll be awesome.
Ooh, that's fun.
Let's
Wow.
do it.
should be a
We'll show like his fight with Buster Douglas. See if he can figure the phone out before he knocks Buster Douglas out.
No.
It was
But hey,
quick. It was quick.
speaking of knockouts, man, look, we've got an incredible weekend coming up this weekend. Well, some would say an incredible weekend. Some would say a very controversial weekend, if I can put that correctly, right? So, Mayweather Paul fight is on Sunday evening. Why Sunday night? First,
Time out. Can I go over something real quick?
yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Which generation are you? What year were you born?
65.
65.
Yeah.
You are Generation X.
I knew that.
There you go.
You're right at the cusp of Generation X. That was 65 to 79.
Nice.
Jeff and I.
I'm Generation X. I'm 77.
You're okay. So
We're both Generation X.
What are you?
we are 78
Yeah,
Generation
there you
X.
go. We're all Generation
What
X.
is
So
that?
stop
What-
with the millennial.
Yeah,
crap.
so
What is
stop with
that?
the
What is
millennial
that? What is
stuff.
that, Ashley?
Ashley's 33. What's she at?
So you're dating a millennial?
33. So what age is that? I mean, what year is that?
She's 87.
87. Man,
Damn.
Jeff knows his stuff. Millennials, Gen Y or Gen Next?
Gen Y or Gen X.
Yeah, millennials. But yes, so millennials are so
But
yes.
we're all
Gen X.
Generation
Oh,
So
what's the generation?
yeah, we're all Gen X. So
You old
stop
fuck.
with your millennial stuff.
Let's go.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
So we were
Back
going to
to
bring
boxing.
up. Dude, this is an intriguing weekend for me because I've been at home, obviously, and researching a lot of this stuff, and I've got a lot of things to go over with this Mayweather Paul fight. These kids like.
What's the latest? This is crazy. I mean, now they're not going to be doing.
All right, so the fight is.
They're not allowed to look at each other.
There's 8 rounds.
You have to do it blindfolded.
There's 8 rounds.
Yes.
8 rounds, 3 minutes each.
Well, that's good.
12-ounce gloves. All right, Mayweather's giving up 40 pounds, 6 inches, and 18 years. And I don't think that's not a huge distraction, but
But wait, I heard no judges. Is this
yeah,
true?
no judges.
What?
But there are knockouts.
Oh my God.
So 8 rounds, 3 minutes each, 12-ounce gloves. There are knockouts and no judges. Exhibition fight.
So listen. Why wouldn't you? I mean, especially a big guy. What's his name, Paul? Why he just going to keep? If I was him,
Just
I
keep
would
throwing
throw
haymakers?
haymakers. Yeah, that's it. Just try.
Well, that's what Justin Wright said on here. He said if Logan connects with his size, he could drop Mayweather. But I mean, look, dude, Mayweather has dodged the quickest hands
no,
in
Mayweather's
the
one of the
business.
best defensive fighters ever. I mean,
All right, I'm gonna make your head explode. You just brought him up. I'm reading Boxing News 24. The title of this article is. I'll read the first line. Teddy Atlas believes that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is in danger, taking on the bigger, stronger, younger Logan Paul this Sunday.
Oh God.
There's
Teddy Atlas said that.
So
Teddy's punchy, man. Teddy doesn't like me. So
Teddy
Teddy doesn't like you?
No,
like
he doesn't
you?
like me. No,
Why doesn't he like you? Who cannot like you?
I'll tell you why he doesn't like me.
that is a good question.
No,
Yes.
He came.
What did you
I'll
do
tell you
to
what
Teddy
happened. It was
Atlas?
Shannon Briggs. So they did this thing called triple threat. Remember we talked about it. They took 3 fighters. They actually went public. Mark Roberts.
Oh yeah.
Public on Wall Street. They were the first time ever. And so Briggs was a huge, a big. Him turning pro was a really big thing. And he came to my gym. I told you, he came to my gym and was like acting like it's my gym, and he's acting like he brought a film crew, and he was trying to kill me. And then my trainer said, "Bust this fucking guy a new hole," and I knocked him out in the ring.
Yeah.
in sparring, and Teddy went crazy. He turn the cameras off. He was screaming. He never liked me since. So he always talked.
Was he trying to market Briggs?
He was his manager. I mean, Teddy
Yeah,
was
so
his
obviously,
trainer.
yeah.
No, Teddy was his trainer. So he was going to make big money with Briggs.
I've got an interesting question to bring up here in a little bit about marketing, trainers, and stuff like that. But I want to dib a little further into this Mayweather fight. You have been on this show and on other platforms very, very against really the now you do say that they bring in people and faces.
I told you it's mixed emotion for me because look, we just had Regis, a great guy.
Yeah.
One of my family, Bobby Benton, was training him, and Bobby, this is a fight he would never make. I mean, at the most $250,000, the most. He gets over $800,000 to fight for the fight, so that's a good thing for him, But they wouldn't and. So many people, these YouTubers, it's not boxing, boxing guys that are just, boxing purists.
I think Teddy Atlas is an idiot for saying that. I do. Like, I don't think that guy, I think that Mayweather will play around with him for a few rounds because it is an exhibition, and he'll test him and see his speed.
I'd say this to Teddy's face. The problem I had with Teddy was that he would, when he had Briggs, I don't know what his record was, but he was like maybe... I don't know, but it's like everybody does it. But when he first started out, he was fighting all bums, which you're supposed to do. But then when Teddy was the announcer for ESPN or USA, whichever one it was, he would always say, "Oh, I can't believe he's fighting this bum," and the same stuff he used to do.
So just
being a bit hypocritical. I think.
What was Briggs? I'm sorry, man. What was his first name?
Shannon Briggs.
Shannon Briggs. Okay. Yeah.
We've actually talked to him.
Let's go, Jan.
Yeah, we've actually talked to him on Twitter with you, trying to stir up another fight because he wants to fight. He's actually in that
call
fight.
him right now.
He's actually
he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight. What's his name? He's fighting Klitschko.
Yeah, he's fighting Klitschko.
That's gonna happen. So.
Well, I mean, we'll see, and we'll get Lou on one of these days. But
I would fight.
You train over here at Savarese Fight Fit, where we're at, man. This place is legit. You have Savarese Fight Fit here, which is state-of-the-art equipment, an incredible training facility. But then you have the real raw main boxing gym downtown, too.
Yeah.
And that's where Bobby.
Most of our pros are there. Bobby, one of the greatest trainers, was my trainer, and he's training so many world champions now. He probably won't talk to me anymore.
That dude's busy, man.
Yeah, he is busy.
Something else that broke this weekend, you've got Paul fighting Mayweather this coming up weekend on Sunday night, which is weird. Why is it a Sunday? It's strange, right? Sunday.
Shannon Briggs, 60 and 6, by the way.
60 and 6. Who do you for? Nobody. Look at his first 10 fights.
But you can't really be mad at Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
He has made more money.
No, it's crazy.
He's made more money in his exhibition fights and after he fought De La Hoya than he made his entire career.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable. Like, that's insane. And so here's a question. I'll bring this up now. I mean, we might as well get into it about halfway through the show. Do you think that boxing needs a commissioner?
Ooh, I like that question. Guess who's calling you right now?
Bobby Benton.
Yeah.
Bobby Benton. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Bobby Benton's telling.
Bob.
We're on air talking about Regis. Ask him if he thinks boxing needs a commissioner.
Bob.
Bobby Benton on the phone, but welcome into Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Thank you guys. Lou's taking live phone calls with Bobby.
You're on speakerphone. Don't say nothing dirty. Don't say nothing bad.
What's what's up, Bobby?
What's up?
Oh man, just over here. We were talking about Buster Douglas. We were talking about Lou knocking out Buster Douglas in the first round.
Yeah, I only let them talk about fights I won. Yeah. Hey. What do you think about? So now, what's the story? So Mayweather's going to be fighting, but they're not having. They're not doing no judges. Did you hear that?
Exhibition, but he's going to knock him out anyways.
Wait, Mayweather's going to knock out Paul?
How quick?
Of course.
How quick? How quick how long do you think this fight's going to be?
However long he wants it to go.
That's what I said.
Exactly what I said. I said he's going to play with him for a few rounds and then around because there's no way.
He played with Conor McGregor.
Yeah. So Bobby, the fight's going to go. The fight's it's 8 rounds, 3-minute rounds, which I don't think he's not going to make it to round 6 on 3-minute rounds. Not with Mayweather.
But the thing is, too, Bob. But look, no judges. Why don't you just cover up and throw bombs every now and then?
What's that?
There's no judges, so you're not going to try and win. You can get a knockout, but they're saying you can't win on points. So isn't this guy going to just go in there and throw anvils every couple of every 20 seconds or whatever? I mean, why would it make no sense to go in there and try and outbox him? Because that ain't going to happen.
Either way, it doesn't matter what he does.
Well, but you do understand. They're saying you can't win by points, right?
There's no judges at all. There's 0 judges at all in the fight.
This is getting crazy.
It's not going to distance.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bobby, I got a question for you, Bobby, because I just brought this up to Lou because of all this crazy stuff. Do you think boxing needs a commissioner?
They
got
have
a bunch of them.
They have a bunch of commissioners all over.
Well, I mean, but,
Every state has a
no,
different
but
commissioner.
like a Rob Manfred for the Major League Baseball or Roger Goodell for NFL, somebody that oversees everything in boxing.
There's been an age-old question. They've been saying one governing body. They just don't have that.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's good and it's bad. I don't think it'll ever happen either because there is some good things about it. Guys get opportunities. That
Yeah,
they didn't get.
because
Exactly.
you missed some of these incredible fights.
Nobody likes Roger Goodell, so.
Yeah, but the NFL is the number one largest grossing business, and he puts fans in the seats. But it's an interesting question because some of the fights.
Okay, so look, in one night, can they bring in $300 million?
No. Well, Super Bowl. What's the Super Bowl do?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Does a lot, yeah.
Yeah, Super Bowl probably does.
I don't know. Good
Yeah.
question. Though.
But all off of sponsors and commercials and stuff. The pay-per-views, they can never do that. It's got to be on a regular.
I wonder what this thing's gonna do. So what is this Sunday? Is it pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's pay-per-view. It's $60. Showtime pay-per-view. $60 to buy the fight.
Do they have any real fights on or no?
No, they've actually got Chad Ochocinco fighting too.
No.
Swear to God.
NFL.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, wide receiver. Yeah.
Who's he fighting?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
Martha Stewart.
Does it matter who he's fighting? He's fighting the wall. I don't
No,
know.
who is he fighting?
I seriously don't know. I
Gotta
have
be
no
somebody
idea.
Famous,
I-
no?
You got to look up the card.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, I don't really. Who cares?
Well, Bob, I'm sorry to kind of
Bring you in on this.
hijack you, but thank you very much for calling. Anything important?
No, I was calling you back. That's why you called.
Come on the show one day,
I
Bobby.
just wanted you to call me back while I was on the show. I love you, man.
Yeah, me too, brother.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Bobby Benton, dude. An incredible trainer.
Got him
for
on the
Breeze.
show.
Yeah, we got him.
didn't know,
Bobby,
man.
got Bobby. Oh, trust me, I'm putting that on Twitter. I'm gonna
That's
put
a
it
good
on
idea, man. I'm going to call
What?
call these guys.
Surprise them.
Yeah, just out of
Dude, we
nowhere.
should do. Look, we'll have a segment on the show where you
Yeah,
just
you call and
surprise
see if they
call
call back.
somebody and
See
be
if
like,
they call
hey,
back.
Or see if they answer and see
be
what
like,
they
hey,
say.
you're live on my show, and then just shoot the shit with them.
Yes, let's do that next week.
Oh, man, I got some funny people I could call.
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it.
We'll do a segment.
We'll
I'll
do
write it.
We'll do it next week.
I'll write it in the show, definitely.
We'll do it next week.
That'll be fun. Oh, my God.
We'll just surprise people. It'll be
Yeah,
hysterical.
I got some good people I can call, too. I'll call
What's-
my Aunt Audrey.
Well, so you.
My Aunt Audrey, my Aunt Audrey, she's 82, and
Is that the woman that cusses in the front?
yeah,
Like, you told us
she's
about
the,
her.
She's the one I put a picture on from the New York bagel store, but it's in Houston, and she wrote you effing PRICK on Facebook. You come home and you don't see your favorite aunt. And I
Yeah,
called
that's
her
the one I'm
back. I
talking
said, Aunt Audrey, what are you doing? She said, oh, sweetie, you come home, you don't even see me. I said, what are you talking about? She said, New York bagel in Houston. Oh, I love you, baby. Come home.
So speak about that. I mean, I know we were talking a little bit back and forth with Bobby about it, but commissioner in boxing. I mean, I know there's a bunch of them, but like,
I
do you
know,
think boxing needs
every-
one guy in charge of boxing?
It's once again, I'm torn again because I want to look out for the fighters. Even myself, there's a couple of there's a couple of belts that you can get, collateral belts that aren't, they're not the WBA, but they're the BC, and it seems like it's cyclical. Some belts get more important or more, but it would be better for boxing. Well, yes, I would like to see one governing body.
I mean, it would be good to have just one person that everybody
You
answers
know what my
to.
trepidation is, and that's a word.
Well, because
Jeff, you know what
trepidation.
Yeah, it just means like going into it cautiously. But anyway, what my
Was that on your toilet paper this morning?
Yeah, my trepidation is that I just
like
think
that.
things get so crooked in boxing.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to have one guy to be the only crooked guy because at least it's
Well, because this is what happens. These guys are just on the loose. Like, I mean, it's a free for all, right? Basically.
No.
Well, I mean, from the outside looking in.
But in what
From
sense?
your perspective, no, because you've been in the game. You know who you.
No, I'm a promoter too. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I'm called today. I'm going to re-up my license. We're going to be doing promoting some shows soon, and that's you have to go through a certain
But it's basically
process.
But it's basically independent contractors.
independent. Your fighters, are independent contractors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if you have a governing body or a person, like we were saying, like a commissioner, if you
Dana White,
if you win this fight, you need to fight this fight.
Well,
and we missed so many great boxing matches.
One of my dreams is, I'm serious, and this is something I really, really want to pursue, and I'm going to pursue it, but I want to be able to, because there's enough money out there in these big fights that a certain amount is allocated to each state. Let's use Texas here. So let's just say the big fight that they had up in San Antonio, they take a small percentage of that, and every fighter gets to learn how to do I thought it'd be cool. Every fighter you put them through a physical, where they can become personal trainers, so they have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
I thought that would be really cool if we could take some money from each fight. Every promoter is willing to put up a little bit of percentage of the fight, obviously, and to do that. And I think that'd be great to help out fighters, so they have something to fall back on. Because boxing doesn't prepare you for many things in life, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, and that's another thing that I think a commissioner would do.
Well, like a Dana White. I use Dana White as an example. I mean, I know UFC is different than boxing, but I mean, you know who's in charge.
Yep.
I mean, UFC, they have a guy that's in charge. He's the one that pulls the strings. He's the guy that puts people where they need to be. And obviously, I'm gonna go to you because you're in this business.
Dana,
I understand.
Dana still has to adhere to each commission, each rules. I mean,
he's got to balance it out, but at least there's somebody that's there, and like he says, this is the next fight.
You're talking about something totally different. You're talking about you have one governing body for the UFC, but that's one guy. But that's not. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Commissioner wouldn't be the right word. I don't think, because commissioner of Texas is a guy named Greg Alvarez, been in there forever. But
let me ask you this, and I'm just speaking. You're in the business.
Yeah.
You've been in the business a long time. You're, like you said, you're a promoter. You know all that. I'm speaking from something in regards to someone like myself that is on the outside. I think, in my opinion, one of the things about boxing that a lot of people are not in as much into boxing as they should be. Boxing's confusing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like as far as like, so like you don't really know what you're rooting. Like you're rooting for a guy, but you don't know like, well, if he wins this, does he get that? Like you don't know.
Yeah.
And so I think that hurts getting more fans in the boxing because it is confusing.
Well, I think it also
even you get confused sometimes.
It hurts the legitimacy when we used to call it alphabet soup. We have so many different belts and everything, So it was nice in the old days. You had one undisputed champion. That's nice, and hopefully we can get back to that. And maybe that is getting one commissioner or one governing body. I just don't like the word commissioner.
I know what you mean, but I think we can agree that it needs better organization.
Absolutely.
I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was kind of getting at is you need, like, if it had some better organization. Why does Canelo need to unify 4 belts? Is it 4, 3, 4, 5? Like why?
Yeah.
His are more weight classes though. That's what it is. I mean, they're doing more weight. He's trying to bring together a bunch of different weight classes, not so much.
But if you try to explain boxing to just the average ordinary person and say there's super light featherweight, light middleweight, light super featherweight, middleweight, they get really confused after about 3 or 4 sentences. They're like, wait a minute. Like, how many people can hold this? Like, there's 2 champions or 3 champions in one weight class.
And for me, my standpoint of it is, the reason I bring this up is Jeff and I, obviously, because we're doing a show about boxing, but we're boxing fans.
Sure.
And I just want to see this positive momentum that boxing has. I want to see it taken to the next level. That's all. And I just feel like it just kind of goes out there in the ether and nobody really knows what's going on, and it just kind of fizzles and dies out. And as somebody that likes boxing and wants to see it succeed, I think it's one of those things where this is the way we've always done it, so we're going to keep doing it this way. And it's like it doesn't work.
Let's look at. I mean, the NFL has one commissioner. The baseball has one commissioner. So I mean, if you look at it that way,
all the big 4 do. MLB, NBA, hockey, and NFL all have one commissioner.
Right. And maybe we not say commissioner. Maybe we say
I don't know, like different
president, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
President.
So
yeah.
I think
White's the president of UFC, right?
Yeah. I just think boxing, I think is not. It's really starting to gain some momentum, and I just want to see somebody harness that momentum in a positive way.
I mean, sometimes it's in vogue, and I think it's very in vogue right now, which is great. And it usually goes. if you have a great champion, I mean, when Tyson was there, no matter, I mean, you go to a Tyson event in Vegas, there was nothing like it. I mean, it was
Oh, I can't imagine.
every cab,
I can't
everything
imagine.
was just
Like
crazy.
3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago when we did the show, you said that you wanted to see Fury and Wilder, and then or you want to see Joshua Usyk and Fury and Wilder, and then the winner. Now look what you're getting because the courts ruled.
Yeah.
You need to fight. Now, obviously, it was because of arbitration, and there was some stuff that went on legally, but that's the way it should have been in the first place.
Absolutely. I mean,
You
that's
know,
why,
so now you're going to get the two fights that you want to see.
We're going to get it. I mean, that's great for boxing.
Yes.
So I don't care how it happened, but it's happening. So let's knock on wood and hope it goes.
Yeah, and then hopefully,
Did they
if there
set
was
a
a
date
governing
for
body,
Usyk?
the winner of the Fury Wilder Joshua Usyk fight would face each other.
Yes.
That's what you want to see. Now,
I agree.
because there's not. Some of these fights in the past have been lost.
Do they have a date for Usyk and what's his name?
I don't know about the Joshua Usyk fight yet.
No, I don't think so.
But obviously Fury and Wilder have to fight, and I mean that's good. And another fight coming up that
Dubai, right?
a couple of people are.
No, the Dubai was the first one between Joshua and Fury, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're going to do the same.
No, this one's in.
I don't think
I think
so.
this one's in Vegas or Miami, one or the other. But we'll look it up. But a lot of people are asking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
A lot of people are asking about this Jake Paul versus Woodley fight. Have you seen this? The other brother, not Logan, but Jake Paul is fighting a UFC star. Now this guy Woodley,
Jake Paul has a couple more fights in his brother.
Jake Paul is the actual boxer.
The
He's
real
got,
boxer.
he had one fight, so like whatever.
The realish boxer.
Is. Now this guy Woodley,
3-0 is his record right now.
Now this guy Woodley can fight. He's a big dude and he can fight. So
Is Woodley a fighter?
Well, he's a UFC fighter, but he's a punch.
Okay.
He's a striker.
Okay.
And he's not like the other guy. That other guy had been sitting on the couch for I don't know how many months. Like whatever. This guy's an actual fighter. And I want to pose this question to you: like, what happens when one of these guys loses? When one of these Paul brothers gets the shit beat out of them, is this whole thing over?
No, I don't think so. He might fight somebody else, but
their draw would be right.
So then they'll get somebody else, I guess. We'll see. I can't see this guy beating Mayweather, so maybe it's over. But who knows? I mean, there's always going to be some.
Well, because they're the draw because they their brother knocked out the NBA player
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson got knocked out, and then the other guy knocked out that old Ben Askren got his ass. So that's the draw, right? Because they knocked these.
Well, now they're legitimizing themselves somewhat, so people want to see it. It's like the guys who go to hockey.
Austin says Tyrone Woodley is the best boxing in MMA and a 5-time champion. Like this guy can fight. So that I don't know. I think this is dangerous for Jake Paul to put himself in this situation. So. Well, see, so here's my point. What if they go away? And to what Grant was saying a minute ago, you have all this momentum in boxing and these heads and these people. Even your guys said the other day that like six kids in his class came because the Paul brothers were boxing.
No, I believe it. I mean,
so if they get knocked out,
well, here's the thing.
There's no more draw to them.
I think if Logan Paul gets knocked out, I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah,
I do think the momentum that Jake Paul has is positive for that, and that I think that could maybe kill some stuff right there. Because right now, whoever he's fought, he's 3-0.
Logan Paul so much.
Well, I mean, they're the draw right now. That is
for you millennials. I'm sorry, Gen Xers.
Gen X, yeah.
Same as
well, no, I mean, I'm with you. Look, I get it, and we want to talk about real boxing, and we're going to get to real boxing, but I think it's a story.
But I can promise you, because the Paul brothers are boxing, that Fury Wilder Joshua Usyk fight will get more buys, more views, more people will pay attention to that now because of what the Paul brothers have been doing.
Really? I don't know how we would quantify that.
I don't know how you look at it, but I mean, boxing.
That means put a number to it.
Yeah.
That's a big word.
From what Grant was saying, it goes back to what Grant was saying. It's like, boxing has momentum right now, and you want to keep that momentum. And so they need to schedule these big fights and these good ones.
As a boxing fan, I like what I'm seeing. I just want it to continue. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I say this. I don't want it to die. I don't want it to die.
A fight that happened last weekend, Devin Haney beats George Linares, which was he maintained his WBC Jorge.
Yeah,
Jorge WBC lightweight belts. But Haney got rocked.
Yeah.
Did you watch this fight?
I did. Haney's tough. I mean, but people were surprised. I mean, I don't think people thought Linares was was in Haney's league, but obviously it was a good fight.
Well, I mean, good for Haney, but what's
Yeah.
next for Haney? No idea. Like that's where that's the WBC lightweight. Who's the lightweight contenders?
Well, I mean, so
Regis-
Devin Haney's now
Regis-
26-0, so I mean, he's got to be up there, right?
What did Haney weigh in at?
Haney is let's see. I don't see what he weighed in at. I don't know. I'm not doing
At
my
a lightweight, I don't. I'm not doing my job.
job. I'm not doing my job.
We're going
I'm
fast.
sorry.
We're going fast.
Yeah, I know. We're going. I'm sorry, Lou. Don't.
But he could
don't be
feed
mad at me.
feasibly fight Regis, right? I mean, same weight.
Yeah, I mean that's where you would think it would go, right? I mean,
The other dude that the guy that we were supposed to have on the show, he could fight.
Oh, Andre?
Yeah, he's a little bit heavier, but
I mean they have Andre in the
Demetrius.
middleweight 160 weight class.
what
so
is Haney at? 135 or?
Haney, ooh, see, man, you're changing things on me. So they got
No,
Haney in the
Haney.
135 weight class,
Okay,
yeah.
135, yeah.
So you got Haney at WBC champ right now, and so of course you got Teofimo WBA, you got Teofimo IBF. He's also WBO. He's also the ring. So right now you basically got Teofimo on all of it, and then you got Haney on the WBC. Is what you got.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Regis creep up in there somewhere, somehow.
But Regis is going to have to come down to do that, though, right?
Yeah, or they can meet in the middle.
Yeah, he could go up. But I mean, I want Regis to fight one of those. But where's the momentum? What is boxing?
I still think Regis and Broner is a good fight.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
yeah,
a great.
that
I
would be
think Regis
great.
wins, but I think it'll be a big money
Now,
fight.
see, if they can set up fights almost like you did with the Fury Wilder Joshua, like if you had a 4-man battle right now for lightweight, something like
Yeah, they call it
40%.
elimination bouts. They do that.
And then
They'll have a title.
you have you have 2 fights, and then the winner of those fights in a championship. That would be interesting for boxing, and I think great for fans. But as you know better than anybody, promoters and all this stuff gets in the way of these incredible. How many
More
great
money,
fights
I
have we
mean.
never seen?
Oh,
That's a hard one to say.
yeah, that's a hard question.
I mean,
that's-
there's so many that we just never saw because of contract disputes,
Politics,
politics.
contract,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, because it wasn't just say, hey, you have to go fight this person. That's what you're training for next. But we'll see. And look, we'll put it up on Twitter and we'll put it up on Lights Out with Lou. Go to our Facebook site. Go to our Twitter, Instagram. Man, we've got every single thing. Just type in Lights Out with Lou Savarese, and it's on. And this is show number 19. Go listen. Go listen to our other 18 on the podcast, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Haney weighed in at 135 in that fight.
135. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did Regis weigh his last fight?
Jorge Linares weighed in at 134. So
What did Regis weigh his last fight?
Oh man,
one at a
that
time. here,
is
brother.
a
One at time.
good one.
All right, man. I'm just sorry.
See, I mean, you're messing me up here, man.
Messing you up, and then we got to go to history here in a minute.
I know. See, I'm sitting here and I'm doing all this stuff, but no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to make you happy.
GRA.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to make you happy. You talking about the one against Red Koch?
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name, Red Koch?
Ratchikakov.
What'd you say?
Ivan Ratchikakov?
Raji Kakov?
Ivan Ratchikakov.
Oh, okay.
Rot your.
Yeah. No, I like that.
He's a heck of a fighter.
Well, he wasn't against Regis.
Who?
Ivan.
Oh, I didn't mean Ivan Ratchikakov.
6th round. We watched it here. I remember at Savarese Fight Fit. We came up here and watched the fight.
What did Regis weigh?
Man, I'm between like doing this and talking to you at the same time, so I don't really know for sure. So it was 147, wasn't
Pick
it?
Okay.
up your phone.
It was around that,
Pick up
wasn't
your
it?
phone and ask Siri.
What? No.
I think it was around 140, like 147ish. I think
47-ish.
is what we're talking about as far as their weight goes. I'm sure somebody watching is like, these two idiots. This is what the weight was, but
I'm gonna put this on Twitter for Regis.
Siri, what was Regis' program? Weight?
Regis will be like, "What? Y'all don't remember?" What
yeah, I know. I'm
Reed?"
gonna feel bad. I think 143.
143.
Yep, 143.
Okay. So they're right there. Haney's 35.
Yeah.
So
they're there.
Yeah, that's a close fight.
They're there.
That'd be a good fight.
Let's make
I
it
don't-
happen.
I think Regis. If I was Regis and I was Regis' manager,
Brunner.
I would go Broner. Yeah, it's a big
Broner.
That's the money.
fight. and I
That's
think
the money
it's a
fight.
good fight too.
Well, and when we had Regis on, that's I think where he was.
Yeah, it's a big fight. I mean,
Where he was
there'll be a lot
leaning
of
to.
talking shit.
Has we just got off the phone with Bobby Benton, who obviously is
Yeah.
Regis Prograis' trainer down at Main Boxing Gym here in Houston. Has there been any talk about Regis' next fight?
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously they're talking about they want Broner. That's what they like, and so his promoter. I'm sure they're working on it right now.
Man, that would be we got to go to that one.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be fantastic. Man, I want to go watch him train again. Unbelievable to watch that guy
Well, I
train
almost
down
asked
there.
you another question. I stopped though.
No, ask me a question.
No,
What do you
no,
got?
No, you
I've caught up. I've
get
caught
off
up.
the cliff,
I've
dude.
caught
No, I've caught up. I'm good.
Your
Ask
panties
your
in the
question.
wad.
I don't know about all that.
What? Where's Boner from?
Broner.
Adrian Broner, where,
Ooh.
dude? We
Mm-hmm.
is this? Oh my goodness! But I got some time to kill. My son graduates
Cincinnati,
kindergarten.
Ohio.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
I never got that far.
He'll be. You never got that,
Oof, it's
dude. How
tough.
big were you in
I
kindergarten?
couldn't get that square block in that square hole for nothing. I just banged up.
Yeah, what were your grades in school? Legit, like what were your grades in school?
Where you at? Wait, I'm gonna hold on.
I
Hold
heard
on.
my
I'm gonna
cousin-
guess. I'm gonna
I
guess.
had the lowest GPA in my. No, seriously, I went to a Catholic high school called Johannesburg till my cousin Guido came to the school and he had a lower GPA than me. I think it was
Oh, so
0.6.
you were lower. You were low
No, Guido was lower than
until
me.
your cousin came.
Yes.
Oh,
No, be
Guido.
for real.
Where's Guido?
You're 100% serious.
100% serious. On my dad's grade, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Lowest GPA.
No, I didn't because Guido had the lowest GPA. I had a-
Second lowest.
Like you almost kind of have to try for that, don't you?
Well, no,
You
Did you
know, I
make
wasn't
that
just-
effort? Did you like I'm gonna have
I
lowest
told you I was
GPA?
ADD before it was trendy. I was just, they just thought I was dumb.
Did you graduate high school? Like, do you
I
have a
did.
diploma?
I did. Yes, I do have.
Okay. all right.
What high school?
I'm not trying to
I
question
went
you.
to
I'm just
Tuxedo High School. If you look up Tuxedo in the dictionary.
Tuxedo.
Yep, it's named after my high school. Seriously.
Tuxedo.
I got thrown out of a Catholic high school for fighting. And
No.
Yeah. And then I went to.
This is my
Tuxedo High
shocked
School.
face.
I went to Tuxedo High School.
The name of it was legitimately
Named
Tuxedo High
after
School.
Tuxedo. Yeah, there's a documentary right now called "The Making of Tuxedo Park." They were gonna actually. It's crazy. So I believe it's the wealthiest community in the United States.
Sure.
Are you
Tuxedo
I
High
used to
School.
work there. I worked-
Tuxedo Park, New York.
Yep, yeah, I worked at Tuxedo Park.
are
I
you the
was
most
I was
famous
busboy.
person that's
not
ever
even
come
close.
out of Tuxedo?
Whoopi Goldberg lives there right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And she
Robert
came-
Duvall.
She went to school there?
No, she lives in Tuxedo
No, I'm
Park.
saying, are you the most famous person that's ever come out of Tuxedo High School?
There was like 12 people. I have no idea.
12
like 12 people.
The lowest GPA.
No.
Well, I mean,
Tuxedo Union Free School District. Is that what it was?
Yes.
that's free school
Yeah.
district.
Do they still? But is it still? I don't see that it's still.
I was on the basketball team.
You play basketball too?
I did. I played
Oh, I can't
baseball.
wait to
Baseball
play
and
you.
baseball.
I cannot
Oh my
wait
God. I
for
will
that.
beat you like a redheaded stepchild. Oh my
We're
God.
gonna bet on this, dude. For sure.
I will
we're
beat
gonna
you
bet.
so bad you think you robbed the bank. It is not
That's-
going to be pretty.
It's
Come on.
not. You're not gonna win.
Oh my God!
You will
please,
not win.
Please, I will leave. I'll leave the country if you beat me.
Wow! Don't do that, Lou.
Oh man.
I don't want you to leave the country.
Yeah, I
But
don't.
don't
know
worry
what
about it. Oh my! I seen,
I'd have to
I
lose.
seen him
I'd have to
dri-
lose on
Dude, I
purpose.
saw him dribbling. Are you kidding me?
When did you see him dribbling?
I saw him. He was doing something like he tried to do.
He
a
said it's
crossover.
because I posted that Instagram post.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's
I
what it was.
gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, that was bad.
That's,
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well,
Was that an Instagram post or a GoFundMe page?
looks can be deceiving. But
Was
we'll
that a
figure it out.
GoFundMe page to help out with?
Oh yeah.
That was his GoFundMe video.
You know, I
Please
should,
help
I should
me.
not have gotten you that Hershey's Kiss. Dude, I was
No,
gonna
you
get you
can't
some
do it.
arthritis.
Take it
Can't take it back now.
I was gonna get you some arthritis cream and some other stuff for.
Did you ever see the Seinfeld
golly.
episode?
What?
When he got the catch tickets for the lady, he wanted to take it back.
Yeah.
And
I've never
she
seen
was-
that.
She was American Indian. And he said, and he goes, "Well, I don't want to be a person."
Oh, Indian giver.
I love Seinfeld, man. I
Yeah,
still
I
watch
really
it.
do.
Still watch it all the time.
That's
It's a
funny.
great show.
You want to get to some history? We got
Yeah,
10
man.
minutes left.
I got some history. Yeah,
Let's-
for sure.
let's
By the
do
way, I want to see a before or after of that Hershey Kiss.
I can't.
I want you to eat that
I can't
thing.
eat it till
It's
Sunday.
keto.
Huh?
Oh,
I can't eat it till Sunday.
Sunday's your cheat day?
Yeah.
When you have a cheat meal, what do you have?
I go to Tapestries right over here. I go to I get po' boys. I eat bad. I eat like a
Do you eat, is it your cheat day like all day? So you eat bad all day?
Yeah, I eat bad all day. All day.
Lunch, breakfast, dinner.
Yes.
Gary Salusi said Jeff does a lot of trick shots. Yeah, I mean I've been known to do trick shots.
Really?
I can hit from half court behind the back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
lose.
Even a broken clock is
Let's
right twice
bring
a day.
it.
If you take 700 shots from half court, one night goes.
I'll Facebook Live it.
Right, okay, go ahead.
Can't deny it then.
Yeah. That's awesome. This is fun.
Going down.
What's our history?
This is a good time. All right, so we're going to go May 30th through June 5th. That's this week, if you didn't know. Now you
Cool.
know. May 30th, 1951. Do you call it Ezard?
Ezra Charles.
Ezra Charles beat Joe Maxim
Yeah,
in
Joey
15
Maxim.
for the heavyweight boxing title.
What a fight. Yeah, Maxim was a tough guy, too. Yeah, Ezra Charles was a small, he could have been a light heavyweight or a heavyweight. He was a really, really rangy guy, could punch, too.
I love that
He
name.
dropped, I think he knocked Walcock out, which was a big upset.
Yeah. May 30th, 1987, Mike Tyson, we're talking about Mike Tyson, beats Pinklin Thomas by TKO in round 6 in Las Vegas.
Thomas was tough, man. People were nervous about that for Tyson. Thomas had a Pinky Thomas, his name was, but he had a wicked jab.
That documentary they have out, I've watched both episodes of it. It's pretty. I mean, look, so I don't know if some of it's for TV, how much. I mean, but it pretty much goes down the timeline of Mike Tyson. If you haven't seen it, it's on ABC. I think ABC or CBS, but it's phenomenal. I didn't know about what's his name putting a gun to Tyson's head.
Yeah, that was
I mean, there's some crazy stuff in there.
Yeah,
it's wild. At 12 years old, he weighed like 145 pounds. Like, I mean, just
how much did you weigh at 12? Do you know?
Oh, no, I don't remember. Exactly.
What's the heaviest you've ever weighed in your life?
Oh, shit.
280.
280?
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
Pretty bad for me.
What was it? 280? Like you were trying to get to 280, or what you kind of?
No, I was a little bit. It was right after I quit boxing. So, but then I went. I set a goal for myself, and I broke the NFL record for the doing the 225. Doing
how many times?
I did it 46 times.
225, 46 times. Wow.
Whoa.
Damn.
Back in the day.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah. Austin Bauer said, ask Jeff about the Photoshop football throw. Both of those throws were not Photoshop, by the way. 50 yards, trash can, boom, done.
I didn't say anything about your football throwing, but...
You're going... Okay, dude. We're going to actually maybe... We'll talk to Max Sports and we'll videotape. We'll go live on this basketball thing.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Grant can play some basketball.
Can you play some hoop?
Nah, he's good.
Wow.
Not anymore. I used to. I used to could. We were shooting a
You
basketball
used to
around last time. I used to could play. Yes, sir. June 1st, 1939. First major boxing match on U.S. television is the heavyweight bout from New York's Yankee Stadium between former world champion Max Baer and Lou Nova.
Yeah, wow.
Nova wins by TKO in the 11th round.
Yeah, Baer was a beast, too. Nova was tough. Baer
was a bear.
Yeah, Baer, we talked about Max Baer. Was his son was Jethro. Jethro and the Beverly Hillbillies. I portrayed Max Baer in a movie one time.
Every single time I hear you bring up, and even on Sports with Balls, but every single time I hear you bring up Yankee Stadium, it like a little screwdriver gets in my heart because I never got to visit. And
I know,
like the one place that I wanted.
You went to Yankee Stadium how many times?
A bunch of times. My dad and I were big Yankee fans. I tried out for the Yankees twice in Yankee Stadium. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool.
Let me ask you this: did you make it?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't be here right now.
And you didn't want to. And you didn't want to hang out with Dave Winfield's wife,
Ruth Roper. Do you know what she was famous for?
Yes.
Yeah, but tell us again.
No.
Tell us again.
She sued Dave Winfield
for giving her herpes. And that was.
Did she win that suit, by the way?
What's that?
Yeah, I need to look that up.
I think they just settled on a court.
You think so?
Yeah.
They didn't want to go to court on that one.
Yeah.
Call your first witness.
You know,
Dave Winfield.
I was watching a baseball game.
Left the bad taste in the
Oh my!
Sorry.
Hey,
lights out.
I
with
wish
Lou.
we could end it on that one.
I know. I was watching a baseball game the other day, and they were showing the Museum of Black History about baseball and what happened, between the Negro leagues and the MLB leagues. And the guy said, he's like, yeah, I got a jersey back here from Dave Winfield. The only thing that popped in my head was
herpes.
that damn story.
Herpes.
Like, holy crap.
I used to think when I see Dave Winfield, like, good baseball player, whatever. First thing I think of is herpes. June 1st, 2002.
Wait, Ruth Roper that was Robin Givens' mom.
Correct.
Yeah, Robin Givens.
I'll get to her here in a little bit.
Uh-oh.
June 1st, 2002. In a battle of former heavyweight boxing champions in Atlantic City, Evander Holyfield beats Hasim Rahman by TKO. Fight stopped 140 in the 8th round because of giant welt above Rahman's left eye.
That was scary.
Yeah, he had
looked like an alien.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was freaky. I put that on social media one time and said, you don't play boxing. And that thing, it looked like an alien was coming out.
It was awkward.
That was freaky. Rahman can punch. I sparred with him a couple of times. He can really punch.
June 1st, 2019, Mexican-American boxer Andy Ruiz Jr. produces a huge upset win when he stops English champion Anthony Joshua in 7 at Madison Square Garden.
And the thing we remember about Ruiz, he was probably one of the worst physiques in boxing history.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was definitely a winner fight, too.
Tyson Fury's in a good competition with him.
I think...
No way. No way.
Fury looks
like Charles Atlas compared to...
Well, I'm not saying that he looks better. I'm just saying, like... You
But
could
Fury's
say
got time. He'll be in better shape.
Ruiz, that fight, in my opinion, that upset fight was kind of what triggered all this. Like, that's when you
it
really,
did kind of wake it up.
Yeah, it woke boxing back up because you're like, what happened? And then they showed him on TV, and you were like, this dude just became the heavyweight like, what just happened?
Right.
And then
as a fighter, that was one of the biggest travesties I've seen another fighter do. Here he goes. You're on top of the world. You got a chance to like change your whole. I mean, he did anyway, and then he goes in and weighs like 20 pounds heavier than the first fight.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. I just can't imagine doing that.
June 3rd, 1991, Thomas Hearns captures WBA light heavyweight title. Thomas Hearns.
Who do you fight?
I don't know. It doesn't say, and I don't care.
Oh, great.
June 5th, 1952, first sporting event televised nationally was Jersey Joe Walcott, who beat Ezra Charles in 15 for the heavyweight boxing title.
Yeah, he crushed Charles.
June 5th, 2018, American boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. named 2017 top earning sports person by Forbes with $285 million.
Golly, dude.
I looked it up a while ago. He's worth $465 million, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Good Lord.
And made a majority of his money after his fight with De La Hoya, which was considered sort of the end of his career, like where he stopped fighting.
So we're going to...
What's he
basically
going to make for his fight Sunday?
100 million?
100 million.
Good Lord.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you be mad at the guy for fighting for 100 million?
Well,
I'm not
I
mad at
think
him.
that
Okay.
people are over being mad at it. Like, they understand. Like, look,
Yeah.
it's going to get money. Now it's just a matter of, like, who's going to buy it. I'll ask, are you going to watch it,
Yes, yeah. I have to.
Grant?
You say you have to? Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you said?
got to watch. I have to watch. I want to have. I mean,
Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Are you going to buy it?
yes, I will buy it. I think I'm going to buy it. It depends. I mean, I'm going to watch it either way. If I go to somebody's house,
Grant?
No, I won't.
You won't buy it?
No.
I'm in debate. Where are you going? Because I might go right now.
We'll watch it. What time is it? Sunday? It's weird.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night, man.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
awkward.
Oh man, I got to go to a comedy show.
The first
Comedy
fight
show?
Yeah, I
is
was
like
supposed to see the Whiskey Brothers Sunday.
the first fight is
Yeah,
like
probably.
5:30 Eastern time, New York time. So 4:30 is like the first fight. I have to look it up, but
That
yeah,
is
it's
weird
a
on a
Sunday.
Sunday?
It's a Sunday evening fight, man. It's crazy.
That's strange. Why Sunday?
I don't know. It's very, very awkward. Here, I'll pull it up for you. Go ahead, Grant.
All right, so birthdays. June 1st, 1942, Fernando Azzari, Italian boxer, Olympic gold flyweight. Yep, born in Ailes. Are we boring you, dude?
No, go ahead.
Damn. The biggest yawn ever.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
June 3rd,
I
19...
don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to judge that, right? You don't know if that's the biggest yawn
You don't-
ever or
yeah,
not.
that- I don't
You can't
know
really
whether- I don't
judge
know how
that.
that-
I've had bigger.
You had bigger?
Yes.
Okay.
Then that's
We
not
talk
the
about
biggest
history.
one ever.
When was it?
Last time we were talking. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Damn, Lou wants to get out of here. Okay.
No, I want to hear some
June
history.
3rd, 1968 is the birthday of Alfred Cote. Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up because nobody cares.
Kate.
Ghanaian boxer
Yeah.
from Ghana.
Yeah, that's Cote. I know him.
You know him
No.
personally?
No, but I know of him.
You know of him. June 4th, 1947, Saul Mambi,
Wow.
American boxer, WC super lightweight title, 1980 to
He
82.
was a beast.
Born in the Bronx.
Yep.
June 5th,
Born in the
19...
Bronx too, you know.
You were?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. June 5th, 1928, Don Chargan, American boxing promoter.
Yeah.
You know about him?
Yes.
He was, I guess, a promoter of Bobby Chacon, Tony the Tiger Lopez, Loreto Garza, born in Santa Clara, California.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Sunday night card. So it'll be a Sunday night at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Oh, really?
Pay-per-view part of the card will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 o'clock Central Time, Houston time.
Good job.
And you can expect the Mayweather-Paul event to begin sometime around midnight Eastern, which will be 11 p.m. Sunday night here.
I'm impressed at your due diligence. That was very good.
That was, yeah.
I'm kidding. Hey, so we're talking about I was born in the Bronx. Guy was born in the Bronx. Why do you say you have 5 boroughs, right? I'm going to Queens, I'm going to Manhattan, I'm going to Queens. Why do you say I'm going to the Bronx?
It's not part of the boroughs?
I don't know.
It is a borough, but why do you say out of all the other boroughs, you say I'm going to Queens, I'm going to Manhattan?
The
Going to
Bronx,
the
you mean?
Why do you say I'm going to the Bronx?
I don't know. Tell
Let me
me.
tell you. It
I
was
can't
named
wait.
after a Dutch family, so I'm going to the Bronx's house. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to let you know, little New York trivia.
Good.
Was that on the toilet paper too?
In case anybody ever asks me, I can tell them.
Yeah, I got that one now. The things you learn right here on Lights Out with
The
Lou
Bronx.
Savarese.
Yeah, see, but that's a good point though. I never would have thought of that, like going to the
Man.
Queens or going
Yeah,
to
you would go to
the
Queens.
If we
Manhattan.
ever get to a fight in New York and your hometown, like, because I've never been to, I've flew through New York a few times, but I've never been to New York City and in it. I would love to go with you. Like, that would be phenomenal.
100%.
fight.
100%.
No,
Lou
it'll
would
be
not-
awesome. Go see a fight at the Garden.
And we're going to visit your aunt.
Yeah.
100% Lou would not invite
She can
us.
cook. My aunt can cook.
Lou would not invite us.
He'd be on.
I will invite
He'll be on
you.
Instagram, like having
Yeah,
a blast.
hey, I'm in New York.
That's
Like, oh wow, look at that.
Oh,
That's
look at
cool.
that.
I need somebody to drive.
You gonna be back on Wednesday?
So the reason I brought it up because actually on man, you know what? I didn't even do the date, but this week, 1989, Robin Givens and Mike Tyson granted final divorce in New Jersey.
Oh wow.
The woman messed
They lived
him
in-
up.
They lived in Bernardsville.
In
And what people-
Bernardsville, is that what you said?
Bernardsville, yeah, beautiful. It was an expensive place. And Tyson came home one day and guess who was stooping? Robin.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Have you brought that up before?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did, yeah.
I must not have been listening.
Yeah,
I'll do a grant. I pay attention.
I do want to bring up three pretty significant deaths this week. May 31st, 1983, Jack Dempsey passed away.
Oh.
Died of heart failure at
How old was he?
86.
86, God bless.
Yeah. World champ from 1919 to 1926.
Wow.
June 2nd, 2001, Joey Maxim passed away. Died at the age of 79.
Wow.
And then, of course, this is a big one. June 3rd, 2016, died of respiratory illness at the age of 74. The great Cassius Clay,
Oh man.
Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
June 3rd,
Still the
2016.
greatest known, the most known athlete in the world.
Probably.
I believe it's still Muhammad.
believe-
Well, and I'll say this: one of the frustrations I have about Muhammad Ali is all these guys, these athletes nowadays that are making stances on certain issues or whatever. They're trying to compare themselves to Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
I agree.
I think that's disrespectful to Muhammad Ali. None of these dudes are willing to get arrested for a stand.
Yeah.
Go to
Like he
jail.
did-
Like,
yeah.
go to jail for a long time. Not just
Correct.
get arrested. Like, go to prison for
Correct,
a while.
like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, that dude, the things that he did in his life, the stances he took. I mean,
Man.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
It's 9 o'clock, man. We're running up against it. Wow, that I didn't even get through 3/4 of what we need to talk about. But I guess
Great, good
we'll
job.
get back.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
back to
good
it. That just means
organization.
it was a great show. It
Okay,
means it went
good.
by.
What'd you think about the show, Lou?
I liked it.
Sometimes you seem like you're irritated during the show.
Yawning.
Yeah,
I
yawning.
yawned once.
And you wanted to get on to stuff
yawned.
you didn't want to talk
Yeah,
about.
get on to the boxing.
Yeah.
I'm
you wanna-
usually really impressed at the way you do due diligence and you get your.
And you weren't today.
Today
You were off your
you're
game.
like 90%. You were in your best. Everything all right?
Okay, I appreciate that.
Everything-
No, it was
everything
good. So
Constructive
can I
criticism.
can I grade you? You want me to
Can I
grade you now?
No, because he doesn't care. He
No.
got the lowest GPA.
Yeah, yeah,
he
exactly.
don't give a damn.
I'm like, you get a 20. He'd be like, hey, kind of par for the course.
All right, man. Listen. Once again, we
Hey
want
Lou,
to
are you glad Jeff's back?
It's like having herpes. I'm really so can't get rid of them.
God.
Oh, I'm in.
This show. But we want to thank Lou Savarese
Yeah, Lou,
and
thanks for being here,
Savarese Fight Fit, where we shoot the show every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Be
live
there,
on
be
Facebook
square.
Central Time. So you guys watch the fight this weekend. Lou and I will be watching. Grant will not. So we'll just give him an
Why
update.
you not watching?
I don't know. I got better things to do, man, than watch Floyd Mayweather fight.
do you do?
At
whatever his
11
name
p.m.
is.
on a Sunday.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
Why didn't he do that on Memorial Day?
I have no idea.
Like, that would have made
No,
more
I don't get
sense.
it. It's weird. I have no idea. I can't understand why.
Huh?
Why would you do it on Sunday?
I guarantee, though, you complained during the whole fight about how this is all garbage.
No.
No, I'm not gonna. Well, a little bit.
You did last time.
No, I know I did.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like when my dad listened to my music.
Well, we want to thank Max Sports, Max Sports
dude,
TV,
I
putting us
listen,
up here.
I'm not a mumble rapper. I was listening to a guy today, and he said he got the rapper, and I break it down. And I was like, dude, who listens to this stuff? Guy said he got his girl a tummy tuck. I'm like, come on, man. He didn't say girl.
You brought that up last week, didn't
I
you?
said,
Yeah.
anyway, but the stuff they talk
Why
about.
are you breaking down mumble rappers?
Because it's not really music.
What do you do during the day?
I'm training. I listen. I like to listen to the words.
What is your
I like to
favorite
listen.
music, by the way? I know we're over. I know we're 5 minutes over.
I
but
like rock and roll.
You like rock and roll? So if you go out in the car right now, you're gonna be like, man, I want to hear. What are you putting on?
What's on? What's on?
I like Zeppelin. I like.
What's on your radio in your car right now? 95.7.
Michael Berry.
That's good.
Mike Berry.
Yeah,
That's all right.
It's a talk show.
Stay
Michael
tuned. Next Wednesday, we'll let you know what's on in Lou's car.
Hey, just so you know, Jake Paul net worth.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
It's ridiculous.
20 million.
No, that's not too bad.
Ain't too bad.
He's gonna be a lot more.
That's not too bad. I'll take 20 million.
It's about to be a whole lot more.
You're just like, oh yeah.
Good Lord. Wow.
Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for paying
you, guys.
attention and watching. We will see you guys next Wednesday on Lights Out with Lou Savarese. For Jeff Michael, Grant Miles, and Lou Savarese, this is Lights Out with Lou, man. We're out of here.
Peace.
TV they yelling, Lord knows I did it for the team. They ain't nobody like me. So folks can never stop. For my kids and all the years I've been grinding to reach the top. No fear, no shedding tears, keep pushing beyond the limit. These fighters beyond timid, can't hang with me off the ropes. I big dog them all through the city. Say New Orleans my home. I dreams of fighting in domes. You can't step in my territory.